me take you back to the times when I was a kid, when I would sit around the table of my big, large family. I am the second oldest of 8, by the way. And we would have so many stories to share around the family dinner table. Food brought out the best conversations, the best laugh, and the greatest times. Here at Yes Chef Podcast, you will hear exactly that. Great guests bringing out the best of their life journeys, bringing out the best of themselves right here on Yes Chef Podcast. We will be sharing so much of our lives together because nothing better comes out of anything like a conversation around food. I want to invite you to the dinner table, to the village supper of Yes Chef Podcast. Join me here today and every day to participate in the family gathering. Let's eat. Welcome back, friends and family. Thank you for continuously being a supporter of Yes Chef Village and Yes Chef Podcast. I do want to say that today is a beautiful show. Today we have a guest with us who I have been knowing. I wouldn't say know so much. I would say who I have been seeing for a while around the way. And every time I got an event, every time I got an engagement, she was always there, just more so fading away in the background, kind of like being that shy person that she says she is, but she's not really shy. I think you're going to get a nice show out of today. You get to hear some things about what she's doing. She's doing something special in the marketplace, and I wanted to bring her to you because I know that she is a figure. She may not see herself as such, but I see her as one. She's a figure in the community. She plays very important roles in the community and have done some important work in the community. So I'm going to let her tell you what she is doing. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of the Yes Chef universe, welcome to the show, Ramona Brayboy. Welcome back to another episode, another show, another fantastic evening on the Yes Chef Podcast. I am your host and your lucky provider of the evening, Chef Omaka, founder of the Yes Chef Village, and I am here today to present to you a wonderful show. It's going to be fantastic. We're going to have fun. We're going to answer some questions, ask some questions, and answer some questions. I think you're going to get a joy out of what we're doing here. So just sit back, relax, and allow for the lovely soulstress voice of one Ramona Brayboy. Is that how you say your name?
Yes.
Brayboy? Yes, Ramona Brayboy. Here with me, she is the founder of Sunshine Fresh Market, located here in St. Petersburg, Florida. And today we're just going to do another rendition. We're going to run through what it means to live, eat, be healthy, what it means to have a holistic mindset, what it means to nourish your soul, nourish your being, nourish your body, and what it means to just be a founder of a fresh market. So, welcome to the show, to the podcast for the first time, and her first time doing podcasts, Ramona. Hey, what's up?
Hey, what's going on, everybody?
Hey.
So glad to be here.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me.
Yes.
So looking forward.
You looking forward to it?
Yeah,
Yeah. It's your first time?
definitely.
Are you nervous?
You know, of course.
Well, I think the setting, the room, the environment kind of sets the tone, calm you, bring some peace, make it like a zen state where you're not like feeling too much anxiety about it.
Yeah, it is good. Yeah, I'm working on it.
So, I guess we'll get into maybe what we will state as the obvious. Everybody that listens to the show, especially that listens knowing who I am, they always want to know who you are, the guest. And I try to introduce to people, a relationship to why the person may be on the show. Most people I bring on this show are people I know, people I've known, or people I've have some type of relationship with. Do you want to? I guess I'll start by saying how I met you, and then you can tell your story and who Ramona is.
Cool.
So I met you way back, and I'm thinking 2014, 15. I would say 15. I believe I found you through the poetry scene. I'm a poet, and it's just one of the many things I do. But I believe I found you on the scene. I don't think you was doing poetry. I'm not 100% sure what you were doing. I would say maybe it was modeling, maybe it was dancing or singing. But all I know was I found you over there by the Deuces. It's almost like your place where you always are found at. So tell us about who you are and why you always over in the Deuces.
Well, I am basically a native of St. Petersburg. I'm an artist, a serial entrepreneur, a food activist, and a vegan chef, among other things. So I'm always on the Deuces because I've done business on the Deuces for the past, over a decade. Starting off as a cosmetologist and fitness expert, and then, going on to food business with Chief's Creole Cafe, 9 years running, doing promotions, catering events. I'm a vegan chef there now. And I've been doing this market, Sunshine Fresh Market, for about over a year now, because what we have in South St. Pete is basically what they call a food desert or food apartheid. In St. Pete, if you don't know, it is a racially segregated living situation. Things are changing, but the north side typically is where white people live. South side is where black people live. Just so happens, according to USDA,
keeping it raw, keeping it 100%.
It's all, considered food insecure, low vehicle access, low income. So there's a lack of nutritional options that are nearby. And if you don't have adequate transportation, or if you do, or if you don't have a job, or if you do, it's going to require a lot of effort for you to live the healthy lifestyle. So I felt the need to do something about that.
Mm-hmm.
And so I did.
Mm-hmm. And I like that you call yourself a food activist. Talk about what that is. What is a food activist for someone who may not know what that means?
Well, to be honest with you, I haven't looked up activist today, and I am a wordsmith. I'm really into it, but I feel like it's about me knowing that there is an oppression that is facing my people in regards to food and food. Everybody's got to eat, right?
Yep.
So that's one game that can get everybody, right? If I get you eating, you eating bad and things that are cancerous, that are harmful to you, they're going to cause life-threatening diseases that are going to definitely impact you emotionally, mentally, and so on, then obviously I can control you. So, that's kind of like what's that, bioterrorism, you know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? So, like, I'm,
Bio warfare.
biochemical warfare,
Yeah,
so,
biochemical.
like, I'm going to have to do something about that because, like, once you start learning things, you can try to live in la la land. Ignorance is bliss, but, like, at some point, when you get older, you say, oh, this is not what food should be. This is not what I should be eating.
Okay, so let's go back. Let's come back because I feel you got there. You went there. So let's start with the journey. What got you into veganism? Because you're a vegan chef.
Mm-hmm.
What got you into veganism? What got you into the concern of what basically? Why did you start a fresh market? But that's I want to answer. I want you to answer that second. What got you into veganism? What was that? What's the journey in behind that?
I mean, I guess everybody has heard that there's something wrong with the meat in the black community when we say, people developing quickly, oh, it's the chicken, or that chicken looks, like it has hormones. Even if you don't have to be a rocket scientist to know something's wrong with the food, So at some point, like I think my sister was the first vegan I knew, and, I knew other vegan people.
Mm-hmm.
I was never against it. And so I think I was in a relationship and I converted for the relationship. And, it tasted just as good. I'm a good cook. So, it worked out fine. But, it's bigger than that because it's so difficult to eat right, because it is expensive. It does take time for you to figure out how to make it taste how you want it to taste. It's not popular opinion. The options back then were not as great as the options now. Yeah. Now it's like a whole universe is open to us.
Yep.
And people are woke or whatever, but like it was not like that
Mm-hmm.
before, and you had to look rude, and it just was very isolating. So that part, I say that I have a plant-based lifestyle, because I don't really want the, like the confrontations. Don't see me out this street and be like, oh, I seen you.
Mm-hmm.
You bad girl.
Mm-hmm.
My thing is convert yourself slowly, Don't make it like a burden. Just every new meal is a new decision to get it right. And you don't have to be vegan to eat vegan food. It's good.
Yeah, nice. You got the veganism lifestyle now going for you. You're a vegan chef, and you got this fresh market thing going now.
Mm-hmm.
What's the purpose behind that? Are you doing that to educate, to introduce the black neighborhood, black communities in Southside St. Pete to local food, local growers and whatnot? What's your purpose behind it? Why did you start it? What's your mission?
Yeah, okay, because I was personally experiencing it, and because I do live on the South Side, and I do know that people are struggling and food is very expensive, and so therefore people make bad food choices on the regular. So it's not like sometimes every now and then, it's a consistent decadent situation. So and I notice it within myself. So I'm like, okay, can I scream and holler at somebody who doesn't even know me to change my life? No, I have to start from within. So my thing was, okay, we're going to have better options. I'm going to have to promote that. Like, I can't be, saying one thing and doing another. Like, if I believe in a healthy lifestyle for myself, I'm going to have to try to create a healthy lifestyle for others. So basically, at my market, I brought people that sell plants, edible plants, and would teach you about it and come and you could purchase it with food stamps. We'd have classes, or
Wow.
like tell you about like how to eat plants and how to forage and how to cook them. We would have cooking classes from University of Florida. We'd have, master gardeners having classes, just all different kinds, like, and
This
also
at
open
this at the
mics
market?
at the market.
Oh wow.
Open mics and karaoke, people performing. So it's all about like community building, because in these times we really have to connect with each other. So it's just about getting out and having a family friendly, safe place to be yourself, and also building up local businesses. Don't think like you have to be perfect. You got to come up with this exorbitant fee. And you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yes.
it's like, no, I want to give you a fee. It's only $22 for you to like be able to like continue to come, not
Mm.
feel like you're risking it all on the
Mm.
first attempt. You know what
Mm.
I'm saying? And then
Yes.
also give you a chance to develop your brand. No, you don't have to be perfect, but the more times that you come, the better you'll get at it. That's
Mm.
that's my philosophy.
Wow. Oh, wow. This is a whole show. So you got this beautiful market going, which you have invited me to be a part of, and I'm grateful for that. And I'm going to be displaying something. As you were sitting here, I was also, going off like in the visual aspect of what you were speaking, the poetry, the music, the edible plants, the education portion of it, and I was just seeing everyone there doing their thing there, and I saw it. I felt it, and it just kind of like hit me in my spirit. Like, yeah, this is something that is needed. This is something that is wanted in the South Side community. Even if they don't think they want it, they want it because they don't know freshness until freshness hits them.
Right.
This is needed. Our community, Southside St. Pete, needs this, and I believe that what you're doing is special. Now, you are someone who practices what you preach. You know what I'm saying? Like, you eat well, you don't only cook well, you don't only speak about it, you live it. What are the benefits that you notice from eating and living vegan, or living or eating plant based, or just living a wholesome lifestyle, basically, is the question. Like, what are the benefits do you receive? What do you notice?
Oh, it's so beneficial. I'll be honest with you. I used to be a person who would get kind of sick often. Had like got allergies and stuff like that, and so I kind of have learned how to heal myself pretty much. Like, I don't depend on a Western doctor to help me get over a cold or anything like that. Like, I know my body. I know about working out. Working out makes, you might feel like crap, but working out, you're going to feel better because it's going to work a lot of things out of you.
Yep.
That just happened to me last night. And then, like, just like drinking, I don't like eating a whole plate of veggies, but I'll drink a lot of green juice and juices, things I know that are going to help me: ginger, turmeric,
Give you that
fruits.
boost.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Eating raw, healthy foods, I know it's going to make me feel good, right? It's going to make me have a better attitude. It's going to make me feel lighter. I'm not going to be having as much weight, and so just overall, I just have a better, I have a nice skin.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
That's just the
you
truth.
you don't have a certain odor to you in certain instances. So, just overall, like, a healthy lifestyle is just going to make just every situation better.
Yeah. That's there's some truth to that. And now I won't say there's a lot of truth to that. I've been studying a lot of the way that the world is going right now, and I posted today on Facebook how I see a lot of green spaces coming back. You know,
Mm-hmm.
coming back, and people going back to green spaces, introducing green spaces
Mm-hmm.
like all over, like people turning their lawns into gardens.
Absolutely.
You know,
Yes.
you've been seeing a lot of that.
You have to be turning your food into garden. The fact that they were trying to make it illegal at some point should tell you how important it is. You needs to be growing your own food.
Okay.
And so we had a vendor out there. It was Earth Song, Bill Bibideau. He was offering like wholesale plants. And he's the reason that I have like an edible garden. I got fruits and veggies. I don't have a whole bunch, but I'm not going to die if it all goes down. So I'm just saying, you saw how the world shut down for the COVID, right? Imagine if the grocery store shut down, then you'd be really out of gas, right?
Ooh.
So you better get the growing your own veggies.
Yeah, it's important you know how to grow your own food and get into a lifestyle of self sustainability. I want to ask you, what made you become a chef? Like, how did you gain your cooking skills? Who gave you that knowledge, or where did it come from?
It's definitely my grandma,
Okay.
Mary Brayboy Jones. She was an excellent cook, a well-known special cook in St. Pete and abroad, and that's all of our conversations really happened in the kitchen. I feel like, she was always making something, and I was watching.
Did your
her.
grandma own that restaurant on 22nd, right there next door to Chief Creole's?
No,
Okay.
no. She was like she actually, her story is complex. She was actually going to school for home economics at Xavier University. She dropped out to become a nurse. So she's a well-known nurse in the community, very famous for teaching a lot of black nurses. But she was well-known for her cooking. So people would always come to the house for like cakes, and when I was little, and pies and stuff like that, or just to come over to eat. But I learned later in life she cooked for the stars, and so I was like, oh, okay. So we made the family restaurant Chief's Creole Cafe in her honor and her recipes.
Speaking of stars, you yourself is not far from one either. You're like a model, or yes, I've seen you do some. Now we're gonna talk about this because I've seen you do some modeling. This is how I think I've come to know you. Do you do any other thing outside of cooking? Like, what else do you do?
Yeah, I do model. I have been modeling since I was like 9 years old. So, all through college, and it's still as an adult. So definitely an aspiring model for sure.
Inspiring model. But so you're someone who's into the arts.
Yeah, I'm definitely into all the arts. All about that.
So where do you see South St. Pete going? Because we're from St. Pete. Where do you see St. Pete going right now? Like the way that things are looking with the cost of living going up. Like you mentioned earlier, supermarkets being hard to fresh markets being hard to reach for marginalized people, marginalized communities. Where do you see St. Pete going? And answer, how do you see the future for Black people in Southside St. Pete?
Well, I'm not going to give you that morbid answer because I feel like maybe you don't know what I'm going to say.
No,
but
like, actually go there with it.
I want to go like to the positive too.
No,
but like,
go.
But you better buy something up. You better buy a house. You better stop renting because you're not going to be able to afford the rent much longer. I'm telling you now. If you get a fixed mortgage, then your mortgage will stay the same, and you will own something. You will have an asset that will increase your net worth. If you continue to rent, the rent's going to go up. They're going to price you out of your community. And as a renter, you have no say. They could just tell you to go. And that's what they've done in the past, and they'll do it again. I think they did it to the projects. They started with the old people, and then they took the young people. I'm just telling you, you better invest in yourself and make these financial decisions to save and be an entrepreneur, okay, so that you can be self-sustainable and grow your own food.
Yes.
That's the best thing that I can tell you to do, and live a healthy lifestyle. There's definitely a systematic oppression that is going on already, and I'm sure you know about it, okay? You don't have a lot of great options everywhere you turn, right?
Yep.
There's a lot of stuff that shouldn't be going on that's going on, right? So you're going to have to take things into your own hands if you want to not just get swept out, because that's exactly the plan. Okay?
How do you see your market growing? Like, is it just local to Southside St. Pete? Do you see multiple? What do you see?
I see multiple. That's why I didn't just, make it St. Pete,
Right.
But obviously, when I say Sunshine Fresh Market, I'm going with the brand of St. Pete, like the Sunshine City and the Sunshine Sunshine State. But no, I definitely want to see this grow as possible, because it's as many markets I can have at different places at different times and days to put on as many people as possible and grow the community and grow the effort so that people have healthy options that aren't far from them and education and reasons why to do better. Then that's what I want to do. And it's not like a selfish thing. Like, it's not about me. It's about us.
Yeah.
I care about us. I see us every day.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I know. I love that you said being able to show or be seen what you're doing, black and brown people. You're making yourself visible so that they could see, you being here. And I like that because Yes Chef Village is about bringing that back into this space, right? Bringing natural, organic, holistic foods back into the spaces of where it's usually unreachable. And that's what you said, where it's not reachable or something like that. It's not reachable. You're making it accessible to them. I could tell you my story, and it's not about me today, about why I started Yes Chef Village, the story behind that. But I heard your story, why you started cooking, about your grandmama and all that good stuff. When it comes to the fresh market, who do you see showing up there mostly?
It's a variety. We get the whole spectrum, and that's what I love about it. Because I want to check all the boxes. It's inclusivity time.
It's inclusive. Yeah. Is that like the way you project for the market to be?
Yeah, because the thing is, the internet provides the opportunity for me to get strangers, people who don't know me, for people who are not from here, to connect with me, and it works for me in that way. I'm not necessarily the most popular person in my city, so if it just had to do with people who know me, I might not make it. But the fact that I can reach the world, it's never unknown. It's unpredictable who we will find on any given day.
Yeah, you keep you're very noticeable as a person, like, right? Anybody walking by you will notice you. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah, but you keep a very low profile. You're very quiet, and you maybe you come off as being shy. I don't know. I do know that you do keep a low profile. I see you when I'm on the South Side all the time, and you're in the community spaces, but you don't make yourself known. Like, you're not in front of the room. Like, where you get that energy from, and why are you like, why are you like this? Like, because you have a big personality. I can see, and again, like, you stand out. Let's just be honest. But you don't stand out. You don't make yourself notice. I like that about you. Tell me, like, how do you practice? What do you practice to keep your energy to yourself and sacred?
Well, I guess I kind of always been a public figure in my family. It's always been a thing. So, having to be kind of reserved and, always knowing that eyes are always on you, because they are, like you said. I know that I'm being watched. I know that sounds weird, but so I do have to be reserved there. I can't do everything that everyone would do. I do try to channel the true me, that wild child that is myself, which is very hard to really hinder. This is me holding back, and I'm glad you pointed that out. It is me holding back. I'm trying to come out of my shell, and that is what my music is about. I sing, I dance, I act. That's what that's about. That's how I channel that energy. Working out, cooking, being in community.
Yeah.
That's how I choose to channel my light. You know.
So basically, you stay mindful of who you are and aware of who you are through these outlets that you use but it's really just feeding into you. It doesn't have to be to project into the world, hey, here I am.
Because the thing is, like, people already feel like I'm like that. Most people
Right.
would tell you I'm totally like, hey, here I am. But
Right.
that's just me. Like for instance, I went to the party. I wore white boots, silver sequins, and a fur. Like, but that was just me on the regular. Like, I wasn't doing nothing extra. That was just regular. But most people would not see it like that.
Well, you keep yourself together, from what I noticed, and I just want to, go back into the market before we start to make our rounds here on the episode of with Ramona. On the episode 5, this is with Ramona Brayboy. So I want to go back to the market space and talk about your vision for who you want to attract to the market so that those people listening could know that they are those people.
Yeah, it's for the community, for South St. Pete in particular. But
who
for
do you want to
everyone.
attract as far as like vendors?
Oh, and vendors. Oh,
Yeah.
all are welcome. We like specifically food vendors. If you do fresh produce, anything that's healthy. But also things that are not healthy, it's fine. We want to provide a variety of food options for the people. Also, just any arts. If you make something, jewelry, clothes, it's really cool. Like whatever, like it could be informational. We have solar energy. You could be a politician. It could be whatever. Just if you want to come through, you can come and promote what you're doing, as long as it's positive and beneficial to the community.
Nice. And you have some social media pages they can find this?
Yes, Sunshine Fresh Market on Facebook, and also Ramona Elizabeth on Facebook, and Natural Vanity on Instagram.
Natural Vanity on Instagram. Okay, so I have a part of the show that I love to do. It's a 3-question part that I always ask every guest the same 3 questions. So are you ready for these 3 questions?
I guess so.
Okay. So you got all her social media tags. You know where to find her. You know where to follow her. I do all of that all the time right before I ask my 3 questions so that I don't forget to tell her to give out her tags and her pages. So
I missed one.
Oh, go ahead.
Chief's Creole Cafe on Facebook and Instagram.
And I want to back that up too. I support Chief's Creole Cafe. It's a black Cajun Creole restaurant on the south side of St. Pete. Been around for a while now. Basically a staple in the community. Just good food all around. If you ever want to go somewhere and eat like Louisiana style food, you gotta go to Chief's Creole Cafe. And he's not paying me for this endorsement. He's paying her because she works for him. So I'm just helping her out. But absolutely,
thank you. It's so sweet.
it is a good place. I recommend people go eat there. And also they can find you there.
Absolutely. On Fridays and Saturdays, 11 to 10 p.m. Come check out my vegan menu. It's all on the Facebook pages. Check the albums.
They can find you making good vegan food.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Now we go into our 3 questions. Okay. So I want to always start with the first question like this. This is how I always start the questions of this first one. And I say, if you could break bread with anybody in the world, dead or alive, if you can have a meal, break bread, I like to say break bread. If you could break bread with anybody, dead or alive, who would that person be and why?
Eat a meal with anybody right now. Like right now today.
Right now today, who would that person be?
This would sound superficial. Maxwell.
Because
he fine.
Oh, okay. That's superficial for sure. Nah, it's all good.
It's what came to mind. I'm telling you.
Nah, it's all good. It's your
Keep it
pick.
at 100.
Hey, that's your pick. That's your pick. You said Maxwell. That's the pick
Maxwell,
she picked.
if you're listening. No, I'm just joking.
Maxwell. Yeah, pretty wings,
He's my favorite male singer, and I am a singer, so it's a thing.
And my second question would be, you answered that one kind of quick too. Usually people take time with that one.
I was just like, let's just get at it, because you're supposed to say what comes to mind, right?
Right,
I'm not supposed to
absolutely.
reject what came to mind, am I?
Well, no, you're not. But you may want to take a little time to think about it, because it may be somebody you've admired for a long time and say, you know what, this one person I would love.
I admire him.
Okay, well there you go, Maxwell. It is. We don't have to go back and forth on that. All right, I want to ask you, if a chef came to you and told you, he said, hey, I want to do a lunch special.
Mm-hmm.
I need your lunch special idea, your lunch special recipe. And he wants to put it on his menu at his famous restaurant that's going to serve 500 people during lunch. What meal are you giving him?
A lunch special? That's a good one. I'm going to tell you, again, what's coming straight to mind. I make a very good vegan spaghetti and meatballs, zucchini noodles, and special sauce, and it's just amazing with the Parmesan cheese and all that. Yeah, that's going to have the look, the ease, and the taste.
Nice. You heard it. Spaghetti. Vegan version. So make sure you get the vegan version spaghetti. Last but not least, you running through these kind of quick.
I'm a straightforward kind of girl.
That's right. Yeah,
I'm transparent. That's all.
And you were very, I want to say you were very straightforward today with the podcast. Actually, being so straightforward made the podcast go a little bit faster, because you know what you want to say and you just said it. So it was like, that answers a lot of the questions. So I had in mind. So last but not least question. If you could go anywhere in the world and have a meal, to try that culture's traditional dish, where in the world are you going?
That culture's traditional dish?
Yeah.
That I haven't been before. Let's see. I would say it definitely have to be somewhere in Africa, maybe Senegal.
Senegal?
Mm-hmm.
That's not a bad choice.
Mm-hmm.
I've actually always wanted to go to Senegal, and I think
I've been watching some videos. It looks like it's going down in Senegal.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And I like that they eat with their hands in Africa.
Yeah.
I like eating with your hands is something special and different, because I've eaten with my hands plenty of times. Oh, when you do a big feast, you gotta eat with your hands.
Mm-hmm.
I've been to a couple places all over the world. I've journeyed and seen people inside their own village. No matter where I was in the world, a fork was foreign to them.
Right.
They was eating with their hands.
Because that's a European thing.
Right.
It was about hurting somebody trying to get your food. So
yeah,
things we need to unlearn.
The places I've been were not the Western part of the world either. So the places I've been were more Eastern parts, and they practice more indigenous living, more native and natural lifestyles. So yeah, I've definitely got to experience a true village life, traveling in my travels. But with that being said, I just want to say thank you. Thank you for doing this. Let people know about the Fresh Market, what day, what time, and how often.
Oh, yes. Okay. Thank y'all. Okay. So, it's going to be this Sunday from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. at Wings Fellowship Church, which is on 34th Street and 18th Avenue South. So that's 1801 34th Street. It's on Google Maps and all that jazz on the Facebook event.
If you're familiar with St. Pete, it's right on the corner. Right on the corner, across the street from the Shell's gas station.
Yes.
So, I just want to say thank you. Thank you for joining me on the Yes Chef podcast. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for it all. You were wonderful. I had a fun time getting to know you a little bit more, and a fun time getting to know what the market's about. I can't wait to be there. I'm going to tell people more about it, and I'm going to share it. So y'all go to Ramona Elizabeth on Facebook, follow her, and I'm pretty sure you'll find other things from her other pages on that page. So yeah, just do that and show up Sunday. Show up for the market because I'm bringing something special. I haven't told no one yet. So I'm going to be bringing something special. So be prepared. Let's go. Let's eat. And you know what I always like to say at the end of the show, at the end of every show? What? That food discrepancy is weaponry because every child deserves to live a full life. I am Chef Omaka, your host of Yes Chef Podcast. Thank you for being here. See you next time. Peace. What a beautiful show. Oh my, I want to thank our guest for coming on to the Yes Chef Podcast once again, Ramona Brayboy. Thank you, Ramona, for doing what you're doing. Thank you for having a voice in this community. Thank you for showing up. I can't wait to hear more from you. To all of you who are listening, don't forget to download this episode and share it with your friends all over your social media platforms. I do want to make one statement, and that is the Sunshine Fresh Market is happening every Sunday and happens all the time on Sunday. So when you hear this, you'll know that it isn't just a one-time thing on a certain date. This happens every Sunday, and you need to make it down to the Sunshine Fresh Market. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening. See you on the other side. And always remember that every child deserves to live a full life.